Doon,
Ayaw
automatic
patalo.
yun, magta-transfer na yun doon. Hindi mo na kailangan pindot-pindutin yun. Kaya ako kinopya yung folder mo doon sa mga main users is because kasi doon ano yan, doon niya ibabase lahat ng mga data niya. Yung mga data mo na nandun na, kunwari mga sinave mong pictures na nun, doon mapupunta yun.
Flashing left side.
Deploying flashbang. Throwing fire.
Yeah, I got short, I got short. Mid.
Smoke. Throwing fire.
Mark that one.
Grenade out.
Short. One CT, one short.
Terrorists win.
Purple, kung bili ng scout, di naman nakakatama. Ay, no, putang ina, scout na naman, oh.
Hey, Purple, stop buying scout, bro. Drop your teammates instead. Bobo nga po.
Can you buy Deagle, bro?
Let's go.
One mid.
Laying down smoke.
One mid.
Nasa ilong pala. Ilong na dos.
One mid, one. One top mid. Nice.
Ang sakla.
Terrorists win.
Hindi alam ni Purple kung anong gagawin niya sa sa fight. Bobo po.
Yaman siya. Si
Wala,
please
wala
yung
ako
dapat
sa laro.
natin supportahan.
Tara, please. Sama-sama tayo. Sama tayong...
Short na ako, short.
sa dalawa.
In accounting
Come on,
siguro,
come on,
kaya
chop,
masyado
chop.
magtipid. Saving us money. That's the game.
Incendiary. Throwing flashbang. Grenade out.
Ilong to, ilong to.
Yeah.
Throwing smoke.
One mid, somebody hold mid.
Throwing a grenade.
Wala na, going
Mid, Xbox, mid. Multiple mid.
Orange.
Mid out. In, double door.
Tumatay.
One halo.
Nice.
Task halo.
Tapos kay ilong, offer yun.
Throwing smoke. Counter-terrorists win. Now we're getting stuck right into them.
Top kita tire.
Sige nga, pasuyo nga.
Wait lang. Ano mo agad? Meron. Okay. Hey, give me the op.
Hey, Purple, give him the op, bro. Purple,
These fellas are gonna
Drop,
regret waking
drop,
up this
drop it to
morning.
blue
Just
yellow.
drop.
There's no stopping us. Deploying flashbang.
Somebody hold short. B in.
Grenade.
B rush.
Blue has flashbang. Throwing fire. Fire in the hole. Point flashbang.
Kailangan tayo, please.
Nice. 3v3. Holy fuck.
Terrorists win.
Data supported.
Naiinis ako dito sa purple bigla. Naka-ano lang siya, naka-scout. Ay, naka-desert eagle lang. Ano nang gawa mo? Pera naman siya.
Nakapya mo na? Nag-transfer tayo sa?
Let's go earn our pay. Throwing flashbang.
Tunnels.
Grenade out.
Holy. Mid.
Mid.
LTK, care short. Commit mo na yan, Eric.
Flash ka yung please. Teka lang. Ano talaga naman ang commit?
Bomb has been planted.
Yun ang
Purple, you're fucking
Terrorists
Oh my god. Purple, stop using scope weapons, bro. Ang bobo mo mag...
Shut the fuck up, guys.
Idiot.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck
Just
you,
shut the fuck
noob,
up.
motherfucker,
Fuck.
noob. 14k noob. Bili ka ng bili niyan, hindi ka naman tumatama. Bobo ka.
Time to earn our stories.
Ilong.
Deploying flashbang.
Bobo ng purple.
Holy fuck.
Sabay na sabay yan ah. Orange. A na. A.
Holy shit. Tangina.
Parang may wallhack yun.
Ano ako nakita dyan?
Kaya nga.
Terrorists win.
Nag-smoke ako sa site natin. Para ma-trigger yung back. Tangina niya.
Hindi, gumagana lang yan sa ano, Pape, yung spin bot. Pag nakita talaga na actual may nag-spin sa isang round. Tapos, yung susunod na round, hindi tayo alis ng spawn.
Go.
Kasi smoke tayo.
Throwing smoke. Throwing
Yung
fire.
nagana sa ano. Nagtao sa short.
Grenade out. Throwing flashbang.
Alam pre. Kuya kayo maro.
Door.
Laying down smoke.
Papuntang window.
Tangina wala. Please, report mo kay Yakay Maru.
Come on! Last guy in B site, bro.
Deploying flashbang.
Don't save, you can do it.
Throwing fire. Terrorists win.
My God, ano ba naman itong purple? Nakaka-stress ka laro. Bobo.
This is our fight.
Ubos ko sana yung tao dun sa reset.
Kaya na yung Yakemaru, yung pumatay din sa'yo dun sa A-ramp
Oo,
na naka-smoke. Oh,
Oo,
gago.
oo.
Pinatay din niya ako
Nag-freeze.
sa smoke.
Forward.
Nakayuko pa ako dun, ha? Parang hindi-
Yung flashing halo.
Decoy. Throwing a flashback. I'm throwing a flashback.
Dalawa dito.
Mid.
Dalawa ilong. One mid pushing. City 1.
City.
City A. Dink mo yun, ano to, dos? Ang inang timing.
Ninja. 1 halo.
We will
Nice one,
stop
Orange.
your little scout.
Tinate ako ng orange po.
Okay lang yun. Ano naman natin. Panalo natin. Bobo lang talaga yung purple.
Ayan naman siya sa scout niya. Bahala
Report
ka.
for griefing. Report ko na for griefing itong purple. Bobo.
Mapapalakas talaga yung boss. Hindi ko masyado naririnig yung background ko. Kaya
Let's go, my brother.
bahala kayong malakas.
Buti may sound.
Flashback. I'm throwing a flashback. Throwing a flashback.
Ano mo, ayan naman siya. Ayaw niya lumabas, oh.
Commit, motherfucker!
Uy, up.
Throwing fire.
Just kick this motherfucker.
This one, please.
Short isa.
Side, please. Inside. One. Tingnan mo ka.
Mga TV.
Kunin mo na lang yung smoke. Kunin mo yung smoke mo. Mababulot mo. No, si si Chris.
Bomb has been planted.
Can you please kick purple instead?
Short.
Nakasarap ng bibigyan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bibigyan purple, bobo.
Let's go.
Supitin natin
Short
para
tayo.
ma-trigger mo yung kick. Supitin natin to ang
Okay yun,
tarantadong
bro.
purple.
Hindi, tabo lang. Unahin mo lang siya. Kaya mo. Meron na siya 100% na
Let's go.
dami.
Let's go.
Pag nagbato siya ng molly, tayuan natin.
Smoke. Throwing smoke. Flashback.
Dito na, lolo ka. Award of Tanong sa
Atang ina.
Ang inan talaga na ito.
Ay, lamang pa yung kalaban. Ang minus ako.
I'm throwing a grenade. Darn. Activating the bomb. Smoke. Bomb has been planted. Spawn 'em.
Bobo yung flash.
Nakakatawa si Chris maglaro.
Purple, make it Short.
Terrorists win. We are the best. Take enough.
Hindi ko yung daya. Saan tumama ako? Bariling ko tong purple natin.
Tama sa atin. Kapalang.
Time now, my
Bato siya ng molly mamaya. Flashing A lang.
Wow! I'm throwing a flashback. I'm throwing a flashback.
Putik na molly yan.
Great. Smoke.
Commit, wala nang tao dun.
Terrorists win.
Meron pa
You think you
Dalawa
can
sunod
kill us?
Kasi nagsasalita tong orange kung meron siya naririnig eh.
Wala nga, mahirapan tayo dito.
Napatay nyo, na-trade nyo na yung nakapatay sa akin eh.
Nagkaroon ko lang itong purple. Ano ka?
Eh, lamangan mo muna sa score, papi, para wala siyang masabi.
We will make them cry.
Sama ka sa amin eh.
Smoke.
Tama siya. Mahaba pa yung...
Throwing flashback. Throwing fire. Grenade. Grenade.
One bar. Can you smoke? Dead.
Throwing
Yo,
grenade.
let's go. Commit. Short one. Dead.
Hello, purple. Hello, purple. Hello.
Ah, this motherfucker.
Time out.
Throwing a flashbang. Terrorists win. Yes.
Putang ina nito.
Ang alam mo,
Nag-wall hack
sabi
eh.
ko,
Oo, mo nag-wall hack, pre.
lamangan mo siya eh.
Hindi, paano tayo mag-ano dyan? Sa ano, dinibake lang tayo, nakita mo. Please yun tayo dun, dinate niya 4. Tag ilaw. Nag-wall hack kasi puto sa Thanos eh. Ang
Smoke. Throwing fire. Throwing a
Orange, drop the
flashbang.
bomb, bro.
Ay puta, wala na. Tingnan natin purple ah.
Flashback.
Ayun, lumalabas na siya ng doors. So, balik.
Smoke.
Holy fuck. So, ay, shit, trap. Elevator.
Oh? Ano nagawa na ito?
Ikutan niya. Ay, tara, report natin.
Grenade out.
Fuck.
Tangin na ang bobo mo, purple. Ang ina mo ka.
Stupid. Reported for griefing na to. Nag-grip tong purple natin. Dikit mo na to, Dos. Alam mo na to. Parang ma-autoban.
Mas, hindi, gusto ko lumabang sa score eh.
Eh, palamangin mo nga lang. Ipitin na ito.
Let's go, let's go!
Gusto natin makuha yung win.
Throwing smoke, throwing smoke.
Nice shot. Wait. Tangin na yun.
Dito, dalawa.
Pangalong plus.
Airport na for griefing.
Hindi rin sila nag-a-advance.
Throwing
One mid.
Dahil mo pa.
One short.
smoke. Flashback. Turn it out. I'm throwing fire.
Namaan ako ng grenade.
I am planting the bomb. Bomb has been
Yung ginauluhan yun.
Hindi tinamaan yun.
terrorists win. Oh, fear us.
Bakit hindi tinamaan kaya yun? Hindi ka naman gumagalaw dun. Dos. Oh. Thank you, please.
Itit. Itit ata sila eh.
Hindi ko alam eh. Pinapanood ko yung POV mo. Hindi ka natamaan eh.
Parang nag-itit yung dalawa. Magkasama yan eh.
Come on, let's go.
Yung orange na ano. At yung purple.
Oo.
Smoke. I'm throwing a flashback.
Ah, one else here.
Short pa.
Nasa short lang sabi ko.
Okay.
Meron na dun ah. Short one. Offer yung short. Yung Japanese.
Smoke. Throwing flashback. Grenade. I'm throwing a grenade.
Elevator ata.
Short isa.
Bomb has been planted.
Okay na yan.
Terrorists win. You'll cry like this before you die.
Sabi ko yung copy-paste na yun. Hindi mo kinopy-paste.
Tinan mo biglang tumaas yung ping ng orange. Oh. May kababalagang gagawin yan.
Ah, ganyan yung mga ganyan yung mga
nag-open, nagtatagil.
Nagtatagil yan.
This is easy. We kill them, and then we go home. Throwing smoke. Smoke. Throwing a flashback. I'm throwing a flashback.
Ayan, nagbato na.
Flashback.
Ay, fucking trolling but still carrying your ass, motherfucker.
Ganun ba? yung long A.
Throwing fire. Throwing smoke.
Church is
Throwing flashback.
going beyond.
Smoke. Planting. Throwing a flashbang.
Mali.
Bomb has been planted. Throwing fire.
Side, side.
Hindi mo open kung nakopin mo lahat ng document mo na pwede mong, ay na kailangan mo.
Sayang!
Good time, good time.
Bro, like you can clutch.
It's okay na.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Stupid portal. Fuck you. You're PKing your teammate. I reported you for
Be
great.
safe. Let's go, my friends.
Doors. Nagtatraw talaga siya.
Grenade out.
One big one.
Sino yun?
I'm throwing smoke.
One pit, one A long.
Flashbang.
Tang inang flash. One A long.
Yung orange na ano ka dun.
Church.
Can you throw the smoke? Orange.
Wala, patay na yung ano. Yung pit.
Smoke.
One side.
Side.
Mga tao pa tayo na yan.
Ay, high sila talaga mag...
Counter-terrorists win.
Low na yung isa eh.
Sayang. Nice try sa team. Ang ina mo portal, gagang. Bob.
Pause.
Pause, please, pause.
Let us go.
Sorry.
Smoke.
Hindi na siya makagamit kasi na-late na niya ako. Konti na lang.
Throwing a flashbang. I'm throwing. Smoke is out.
Hindi marunong mag-aim. Yung Japanese, kapag mo naka-time yung Japanese. Bulog yun eh.
Sure, go picky.
I'm throwing flashbang. Throwing fire. Throwing smoke. I am planting the bomb.
Puta.
Terrorists win.
Ah,
So that we may be free.
Puta.
I'm throwing a
Gago, kahit
flashbang.
anong gawin mo dyan, di ka stupid. Lol, alam suging.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yung Yakemaru, tsaka yung top frag na yun, may wall ang puta.
loser. Let's try, baby. Okay, kain mo na ako, papi.
Teka, kain ka muna, dos. Mag-aim practice muna ako. Bobo tong kakampi na. Panay TK.
Ano kaya nakuha ko?
May nakuha ka na? Sweldo ka na kagad doon? Hmm?
Oy, dead hand. Tapos, D-Tron.
Tignan mo nga kung ano makuha mo dyan sa dead hand.
Sige. So, wala akong ano eh. Wala akong tag na ito.
Pondo.
Wala akong pondo.
Gagi, magkano na lang nga ngayon yung mga binibigay nila dyan para nalaos ka agad yung dead hand. Pansin mo ba?
Pero malaki pa rin yung value niya eh.
Magkano?
70 plus pa rin.
Ikaw, benta. Benta mo na ako, di ka mag-ano.
Hindi pa naman, pwede ko naman i-close to tapos ano, benta ako ng... Oh, puta.
Bakit?
Yung purple agad nilabas, tig 700.
Meron ka datong dyan.
Na P90.
Magamit ka ng P90?
Hindi, sayang to din. Oh, isa pang purple, puta.
Ano yan? Ano yan? Ano yan? Ano yan?
Yung Kintsugi na ano, P250.
Ayan, gumagamit ka niyan. Bilhin mo.
Next. Ah, pwede ko ba to ano, ulitin?
Ano to? Hanggang 4 na try lang.
Yung pagka nakita ko na lahat, close ko,
Hindi.
hanggang 4 lang. Tapos ulitin ko.
Hanggang 4 na try lang. Pag hindi man yun, minsan 5. Pag hindi mo tinake yung ano to, hindi ka na niya bibigyan. Ano na yun? Basta nabuksan mo na yun, na-try mo nang buksan, hindi mo na pwedeng ibenta.
Ito lang, ito pinaka-trip ko.
Kunin mo na yung P250, nagamit ka nun eh.
Ito tapon yan. Buo yan eh. Nare-repair yan na eh. Oh, angas bago na akong P250. Ay, USP.
Nice. Yes, ginawa?
fun.
Parang sinunling to ah. Yung itsura ng pusa ah. Ayun ang pusa. Alipin din. Ngayon natin tignan yung skin neto ni Dos. Ito. Ilan yung gig na napasa dun sa ano to? Yung documents mo na yun. Nakakatawa nga eh, diba? Ang galing nga mag ano to. Nagtatagalog yan pero nagsasabi sila ng Ruski.
Bakit tingin ng tingin ko sa nanay?
It is time now, my brother. I'm throwing a grenade. I'm throwing smoke. Grenade! Grenade out! Through the flashbang!
Talaga.
let's go!
Boost me, bro, boost me. Sabi ko boost. Nandito, nasan na yun? Akala ko yung cargo yan.
Thank you. We will make them regret this day.
Somebody in the comments called what barbecue?
These guys are known for combo skewers for like super affordable, like 50 pesos a skewer.
Ay bagong Amerikano na naman ako. Family friend siya for maybe 25
you?
years na. So ito yung first karanasan niya ng Filipino barbecue. So anong sikat ngayong gabi? Ako.
I'm like, what's popular now? She's meat.
I like that.
So this is how this
Yung natatawa ako bigla busy. Ayun,
These are the top 10 most comfortable sneakers that you can buy right now. I've been reviewing shoes on the internet for over 10 years. I've worn thousands of pairs of sneakers, and these are the 10 sneakers that I think. In today's video, I'm specifically focusing on max cushion shoes. The kind of shoes you throw on and you're like, wow, feels like there's clouds underneath my foot. The absolute softest of the softest cushion. And hey, if you like a firmer shoe, then maybe this video isn't for you. But if you're the kind of person that likes that ultimate cushion, you gotta watch the whole list. Number one, it's crazy. And of course, if you want to grab any pair of sneakers that I mentioned in today's video, I've made sure to link it through the YouTube shopping tab on your screen and through the affiliate links in the description. With that being said, let's dive into it. Number 10, the Adidas Nike Boost Edge. This shoe retails for $200, which immediately puts it in that. Because underfoot, it has that soft, boosty Adidas feel. It's not necessarily the softest shoe on today's list, but it gives you some of the best bounce of any shoe on the list. If you've worn a Boost sneaker before, you know what I'm talking about. It's that bouncy, plush softness that kind of springs you into the next step. And while this shoe is a max cushion shoe with a giant stack height, it's not as unstable as some of the other shoes on the list because Boost is a bit, I wouldn't call it firmer, but definitely more responsive than some of the other foams. Now at $200, this shoe is definitely not cheap, and that's part of the reason why it's at number 10, but it's comfortable, it looks cool if you're into that vibe, and if you're an Adidas fan, you're probably gonna really like it. But let's be honest here, when you compare it to some of the other sneakers higher up on the list, there are shoes that give you a more refined max cushion ride for the same money or even less. But listen, if you dig the aesthetic and you like that Boost feel, you're gonna love this shoe, and I would definitely recommend grabbing it. At number 9, we've got the Asics Gel Nimbus 28. The Nimbus line has been one of the most reliable comfort shoes for years, and the Gel Nimbus 28 continues that trend. Asics specifically designed this shoe to be a maximum cushion neutral running shoe. And the cushioning in the midsole is made up of FF Blast Plus combined designed with pure gel technology, which feels incredibly soft and pretty bouncy. What I like about the Nimbus is that it's plush, but it's not sloppy. You don't feel like you're wobbling around on top of the shoe, which can happen with softer shoes. The Nimbus 28 gives you that soft landing, especially when you heel strike, but it still feels controlled and smooth. But let's talk about the upper, because that is a big part of the comfort of this sneaker. When it comes to materials, ASICS is using an engineered knit, which is soft enough and very breathable. It wraps around the foot nicely. It contains feels like you're kind of falling into clouds. The whole shoe is cloud-like, which is a huge plus. This is the kind of sneaker that I'd recommend to someone who wants a shoe for walking, casual runs, travel, and everyday comfort. It's definitely not the flashiest shoe on the list. It kind of looks a little chunky, but it's extremely reliable, and it's the kind of shoe that you really can wear for your morning run or to the office later in the day. At number 8, we've got the On Cloud Tilt. Now this one is different from most of the other shoes on the list because it's not really a traditional max cushion running shoe. It's more of a premium walking and lifestyle comfort sneaker. Because the Cloud Tilt has been out for a couple years at this point, you can find pairs on sale for between $170 up to $200 depending on the version. And as far as the foam technology that goes into the midsole, you've got CloudTech Phase and Helium Superfoam. And this is probably one of the best looking but also most unique looking shoes on the list. So essentially what this patented midsole does is it gives you a very soft foam that has these crisp crumple zones that sort of roll you into the next step. It's a very unique feeling underfoot. I wouldn't say that this is the squishiest shoe on the list. It doesn't have that sort of giant marshmallow feeling underfoot that some of the other shoes have, but the way that the CloudTech Phase system compresses makes each step feel fluid. And this is actually my favorite pair of sneakers that On makes. It breaks in really nicely. It feels softer than some of their max cushion shoes. In fact, I would pick this over any of their max cushion shoes. It's awesome. I think this shoe might be the perfect mix of cushion and style. It makes it incredibly versatile, and it comes with these laces that you don't actually have to tie. It's kind of like a slip-on, but it still has a lace look, so it doesn't look like a slip-on. It's cool. It's lifestyle friendly. It's minimal. It's one of the best options on the list. And the reason it's not higher on the list is because we're talking about plushness and softness. Some of the shoes above it are just more well cushioned. But for everyday walking and style, the On Cloud Tilt is an excellent choice.
How about the most
Speaking of
comfortable
everyday
shoes?
comfort and style, you can make each pair of sneakers in your collection more comfortable and better looking by adding a pair of Apothecary socks. So if you didn't know, Apothecary is a sock brand that I co-founded back in 2020. We've been creating incredibly comfortable. They match with every pair of sneakers in your collection. They have pretty much every color under the sun. And we just restocked a ton of our classic styles. So if you guys want to grab the most comfortable sock out there and make all the sneakers in your collection look good, grab a pair of Apothecary socks and make sure you use code SAC.
Let us go.
First order. There's a link to that. 7 This shoe retails they're very soft.
Let's go.
DNA tuned foam is found
Forward.
cells, so you get softer. Feels very soft and pretty.
Let's go.
Dead. Now, I gotta be for whatever reason, but it still feels incredibly soft.
Let's go. Let's go, my brothers. Come on, let's go.
This shoe is legit. And it comes with what is called
Move, my brothers.
foam. But there's some for you. Like
Move it.
rocker shape. Like Bacoca, they're very
We must move.
This is the way. When it comes to sneakers
So we
specifically,
will cry. We will drive from our lands.
you don't ever feel like you're wobbling around on top of it. The ride is soft, smooth, and pretty protected. And for retail work.
Let's go. Let's go.
That just makes sense for a lot of people. Updated with what they call a new 3D.
Go, go, go.
Fit your foot better, and it does feel good on foot.
We must move.
Bondi 9 is
Take care of you.
This shoe is $50, which honestly makes it one of the
Let's go, let's go. shall rule the day.
But also lifestyle. Light strike throw cushioning, plus you can get it on sale.
We will see mercenaries.
Incredibly strong. Most fun.
Let's go, let's go.
Wearing the most almost every single day. It's my go-to. On the list. It's priced at $190.
Let's go, my brothers.
Comes with it's crazy comfy. Zumax is one of the softest.
Let's go, my friend. Let's go, let's go.
Plus is softer than a lot of other. And like a lot of other shoes on the list,
Come on, let's go.
Wear, like walking and recovery runs. This
Move it.
shoe price point's a little high at $190. My second or third favorite visually.
They shall regret this.
And then maybe a shoe that we'll talk about.
We must move.
It's super soft and well padded. There's a lot of cool collaboration versions of it now. Swarovski crystal, which is wild. If you want to spend $400 on all around. And one of the most.
We will defeat.
New Balance as the everyday go-to
Forward.
they make it. They only V15 retails for $170, and it's got this sold. It's pretty stable. Surprising. This shoe also has great
Let's go.
energy. It feels the best all-around like lifestyle.
Let's
shoe.
go, victory awaits.
This is much. This is not an ugly sneaker at all. The other shoes we talked about, not as nice as those. It's not the shoe on the
To victory.
very easy to rock all day.
Let's go.
Mesh, it's a shoe that I recommend to someone who's looking for overall
We will
comfort
drive them
without
to the ends.
using it. It's called Infineon. Make it a big deal. Maybe they did, and I just missed it on the website. I don't know.
Let's go, my brothers.
Sell shoe later on the list, but all around, it is like an excellent new foam. I love the way it feels. And at $170, it's not cheap, but it's also not crazily $100 options on the list. So if you want something that does almost everything well, the new Balance is really the way to go. Coming in at number 2, we've got
We shall rule the day.
That's the New Balance 6.
We will defeat the mercenaries.
6, their most cushioned. Insanely soft. The 1080 V15 is the
Take care of yourself.
option. The more V6. Wash it, extremely forgiving. You want a couple inches, maybe it's a little well, but
Let us go.
really high. But what I like about this shoe, in addition that sort of giant, unstable block of foam.
Be safe. Let's go.
It's surprisingly easy to never feel like you're working.
We will defeat the mercenaries.
Shoes that are this soft, working to move. Next step. I think for walking, recovery.
We must move.
They did a great job. Foot feels soft all the way around.
Let's go.
It's priced really well too. Pricing. Softness per dollar spent. This is it. Like
We
this
will take the sky.
shoe the New Balance makes, like the peak maximum softness. This is not a bad looking shoe. It looks so much better than the
Let's go, my brothers.
This is the Nike Vomero Premium. This shoe very, very expensive pair of shoes.
So that, we may be free.
Ridiculous. It's a mix of Zumax foam,
Let's go,
which is
let's go.
incredibly soft. You like that shit? Probably half underfoot.
They shall regret this day.
Volume all the way up. The full it's ridiculously soft. I would equate it to the X that you have in the New Balances that we just what makes the shoe different is that they put
We will defeat.
I would say that in addition to adding the big spinning
Come on,
receivers,
let's go.
it also does when you're running in this shoe, it not only feels
We must move.
ridiculously soft. It gives you some actual bounce. And for this
Take care of yourself.
comes to plush underfoot. It gives you that very soft ride, that same. It's actually such a ridiculous. It's not approved by World Athletics.
Let's go.
It's ridiculously tall. It feels more unstable
Move
than
it.
some of the other shoes on the wheel. It's super wide. And it's this with over-the-top comfort.
Let's go, let's go.
Before it becomes midsole with a pretty lightweight upper, very breathable.
We will defeat the Mercenaries.
But hey, the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't. And
So let's go, let's go. Let's go, my brothers. They shall regret this day. We must move. Let us go. Move, my brothers, move. We shall rule the day. Let's go. We will drive them from our land. Go. We will take them. Come on, let's go. We must move. Be safe. Let's go, my friend. Let's go. We will make them cry. Let's go. that we may be free. We will defeat the lieutenant. Take care of yourself.
Ay, nako.
Every major sneaker brand, or at least the shoe that each brand says is its most comfortable. And I honestly underestimated how many different brands that was. By the end of today's video, I tested 21 different pairs, and one pair completely destroyed the competition, including Nike, Adidas, and New Balance. Today I'm putting every brand's most comfortable sneaker through the same comfort test and ranking them from worst to best to find out which brand actually makes the most comfortable sneaker. Let's find out. Our first pair is a pair of Adidas. These are the Adidas Hyper Boost Edge. So I'm actually filming this segment after the fact because I originally filmed it with the Hyper Boost Edge, which was the softest Adidas shoe at the time, but since then this shoe has released. So the Hyper Boost Euphoria is Adidas' newest lifestyle sneaker based on the Hyper Boost Edge, which is their running max cushion sneaker. And at first glance, the shape of the shoe is very, very similar. The upper, however, looks way better, in my opinion. You've got this TPU mesh, and you've actually got a lot of areas that should allow for a lot of breathability, kind of unlike the previous pair, which was a little bit of a warmer shoe. The midsole, though, still features the same Hyper Boost. I think it might be the same cushion. I'm not totally sure. I haven't tried these shoes on yet, but I have heard from multiple people that this pair is softer. And the good news is this pair is also cheaper, too. It came in at a retail price of $160. I actually bought this from Dick's Sporting Goods with same-day shipping. Shout out to Dick's Sporting Goods. If you guys want to grab any of the shoes in today's video, make sure to check them out through the YouTube shopping tab on your screen. But with that being said, let's try this pair on and see if it was worth upgrading to. All right, so we've got our first pair of the Adidas Hyper Boost Euphoria. Let's try them on, see how they feel, and then rank them. Well, I guess we can't really rank them yet. They're most likely going to be at the top of the list because nothing else is on the list. First impressions, they don't feel bad. I mean, they are definitely squishy. It's not that the looks of the shoe really matter that much, but I will say these look significantly better, in my opinion, than the outgoing, or I guess the older Hyper Edge Boost. These definitely have like a very clean, very...
All right, gentlemen, this is it.
And I definitely prefer them. Oh. We're done with the shoe boxes. This is the Amazon 3. The box is melted from my face. These are apparently the third version of the PG7s. I thought there was a PG5 and a PG6, and then they came out with the PG7. It seems like there is a PG7 3. I'm not totally sure about the naming scheme, but that's fine. The shoe only costs about $100. In fact, I think it did only cost exactly $100, which makes it one of the cheaper shoes on the entire. It actually looks pretty nice. It's definitely a running sneaker, but it's not a bad-looking pair of running sneakers, and I'd be pretty happy to wear it down about. And that midsole foam is so I'm really excited to try this on. I specifically call out the kind of in the midsole of it. They say it's ultra soft and lightweight and features a lot of down. We've got a mesh upper and a rubber outsole. Pretty much their standard. Let's see how this pair feels. So I had high expectations for Antas, but I gotta be honest, I'm a little... I mean, don't get me wrong. These are very cushioned underfoot, and the upper is pretty soft, but they're definitely not the same as the Adidas that we just tried. Not bad. I'm not making any judgments. Next up, we've got gel. These colors, I've got to say. The Nimbus 20 is pretty well packed up with. We've got FF cushioning in the midsole as well as pure gel. A very soft and this shoe is pretty clean. It's definitely a running sneaker. Again, wear it's also lightweight. Nice. I'm not gonna lie, these are very, very cushiony, both underfoot video, but it's not gonna break. Soft and vast cushioning in the mid these colorways, and the upper's pretty soft, but they're definitely not. They're not the same as the Adidas that we just tried. Not bad though. I shouldn't make any judgments, so I try on all the shoes though. Next up, we've got Asics with the Asics Gel Nimbus 28. Now I know I picked these colorways, but I forgot which shoes I bought, and I've got to say that this colorway is definitely clean. So the Nimbus 28 features a pretty well padded upper with engineered mesh. You've got FF Blast cushioning in the midsole as well as pure gel, which should make a very soft and bouncy ride. And visually, this shoe is pretty clean. It's definitely a running sneaker, but wear out. say. Maybe not as soft as last year's version, but still one of the softest shoes probably. It's also not. Let's find out. Not too bad on foot. Definitely not too bad. Better than I remember them being, and actually very soft, as they should be. They're the Maxes. We're trying to go comfort to the max here. Then we've got Converse, a brand that is not traditionally known for making very comfortable sneakers. This is just a pair of Converse Chuck 70 highs. There was an EX variant, which apparently is supposed to be more comfortable than this, which I did actually have a pair of, but I wasn't blown away by the comfort, and it seems like they're phasing that pair out. Like, every pair is on sale. There's not a lot of sizes left. I don't think they're gonna ever restock it. So for the purposes of this video, I wanted to make a list that you could actually go out to the store and buy these shoes if you decide you want to grab any of them, or you can check them out through the YouTube shopping tab on your screen. And to be honest with you, this pair of Chuck 70 highs in this sort of like off-white or sail color looks way better than the EX pair. While this pair might look like the standard pair of Chuck 70 highs that you grew up with, it comes in at a higher retail price of $95, and it features this new Ortholite cushion in the midsole, which should make it more comfortable. But I don't know if I believe it until I try this pair on, because I've had a ton of pairs of Chucks growing up, and none of them were comfortable. They also didn't fit great. Like, I had to go down to a size 8, I'm usually a size 9, and that's just kind of what you do in Chucks. So I haven't worn a pair of Converses in a while, but I feel like these are not any more comfortable than a standard pair of Converses. I mean, what about them is softer? Like, they really just kind of feel like a regular pair. The midsole just feels stiff, it feels rubbery. I don't feel like it's any more cushioned than what you expect with a regular pair. Hey, they don't look bad though, but they are definitely at the bottom of the list. Then we've got the Crocs InMotion Light Ride Pacer. This is honestly a pair that I didn't even know existed. I think it retails for like $70, but it's now on sale for $45. There's a ton of different colorways available if it's something that you want. Well, I say a ton, but it's really just white, gray, and black. I went with the gray one because it was available on Amazon. And I mean, talk about a dad shoe. I might be a dad, but this is not a shoe for me. I actually love Crocs. I think Crocs are amazing, but this is probably one of the ones that I will be returning. Like regular Crocs, the upper seems to be made up of some kind of foam, so does the midsole. You've also got these laces that are not really laces, they kind of make it more of a slip-on situation. But it's got light ride foam in the midsole, so that's a plus. But hey, you know what? Maybe it's crazy comfortable. We'll have to find out. Also, I got a size 9, which might have been a mistake, because in Crocs I usually get a size 8, but they recommended a size 9 on the website, so let's see. I do have to say, the fact that I can just slide my foot in, not super easily, but I can still slide my foot in. It's actually harder than I thought. I was gonna say that really helps out a lot, but it's more difficult than I thought. To be fair, they don't look as bad on feet as I thought. They're definitely comfy, but they feel more like water shoe comfy than like plush sneaker comfy. Definitely not a bad looking shoe, but not near the top of the list. Coming in from a brand that has become wildly popular, we've got the Hoka Bondi 9. Now, I bought this pair for $175, but because it's been out for a couple months at this point, I think you can find pairs on sale in like some of those like colorways. This colorway though is not bad. Black and gold, pretty clean. I guess it's kind of more black and mustard because it's not really shiny gold. Across the board, Hokas are very comfortable and seem like they're pretty stable. They've got a wide base, and I think that's why a lot of people in like restaurants and doctors and nurses like to wear them, because you're not gonna slip around or feel like you're gonna fall off the footbed of the shoe. In terms of what makes up the shoe, you've got this engineered mesh, you've got this 3D molded heel collar, which feels pretty soft, and then you've got this very thick, critically foamed EVA. It's not critically formed EVA, they call it critically foamed EVA. Kind of sounds like you have a lisp a little bit when you say the name of this shoe, which is not fun when I review sneakers for a living and talk about this foamed EVA all the time. But hey, none of that matters if these shoes feel amazing, so let's try them on. I mean, no surprise. And it but it's still traditionally make comfortable shoes. The shoe doesn't seem to have taken off the way that Jordan Brand wanted, and because of that, it's for like $86, which actually because usually when all the well, and that they're probably not going to make it again. So I don't know if the shoe in the future. Either way, this is definitely going to be the most comfortable Jordan. I've tried this shoe on before, and it's way better than a pair of like 12s. So the Jordan Trunner OS comes in some more lifestyle-friendly materials like meshes and suedes. You've got a TPU midfoot cage to kind of lock you in, a pretty well padded upper and tongue, and of course this very thick foam midsole. Now, from what I read, Jordan Brand doesn't specifically call out what this foam is. Like, it doesn't have a name. I'm sure it's got some sort of Nike name, but Jordan Brand didn't specifically name it anything because they're kind of a sub-brand to Nike. But it does feel good. However, I've never tried it on against any of the other shoes that we're opening up, so I don't know where it's going to rank. Also, while I think visually this shoe doesn't look as good as most comfortable pair of Jordans I've ever worn. Like, these feel amazing. So much softer underfoot than retros. The foam, whatever it is, just, oh man. It's great. And then the upper, really well padded too. The real question is though, where does this rank on the list? Like, this is definitely more comfortable than I expected, especially after trying a bunch of shoes, but is it near the top? Coming all the way over from China, I promised myself I wasn't gonna throw these boxes anymore, but there we go, I just did it. We've got the Li-Ning Yuying 6 Pro. These are actually not too bad. Chinese brand Li-Ning is becoming more and more popular in the United States. They've signed athletes like Dwayne Wade and now Steph Curry. And even though they've gotten a lot of name recognition and have signed some pretty major athletes, unfortunately, they're pretty difficult to buy, especially if you want something very specific like the Yuying 6 Pros. As far as materials, you've got an engineered a midsole seemingly inspired by AJ and Big Justice, the Super Boom midsole. You know what's crazy? I just found out who AJ and Big Justice were. Am I behind on like my internet memes? I guess so. I couldn't remember the price of this pair. I think I bought this pair on Amazon. I'm not totally sure, but there is a pair on Shein right now for $97.65. I think the retail price is around $120, but there's no like consistent retail price for this pair. So if it ends up being one of the most comfortable shoes on the list and you want to buy a pair for yourself, good luck trying to find a pair. They're not impossible, but it's not easy. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know what to expect with these, but these definitely feel good. Like very squishy underfoot, the upper's well padded. They're not the squishiest that I've tried so far, but they're actually closer to the top than I would have expected. And honestly, they look pretty good. Coming in with another Asian brand, we've got Mizuno. This time it's from Japan. We've got the Mizuno Wave Sky 9. Now this pair looks plush. Look at that. Just visually, it kind of looks like you're walking on clouds. I don't know if it feels like that, but it kind of looks like that. The midsole features Mizuno Energy next. Man, these names for midsole cushionings are wild. Like a lot of these shoes, this pair is a performance running sneaker with a max cushion that's designed to also be worn for lifestyle wear. I feel like most people you see running errands nowadays are wearing some form of running sneaker as a lifestyle shoe, and that's totally fine. And especially when you want that super soft cushion, I feel like it's probably your best bet. This pair is not super cheap, but it's also not overly expensive. It comes in at $180. Let's see how it stacks up. I don't have any like immediate first impressions. Like they're soft, the upper is, and the midsole is pretty soft too, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not like some of the other shoes on the list. Definitely comfy, but I wouldn't say it's like a top contender. Shipping out all the way from Boston, we've got the New Balance Fresh Foam X More V6. Their softest shoe, and I have multiple pairs of these, and I can attest to the fact that they are incredibly soft. Out of all the colorways that they make of this shoe though, this black on black or black and dark gray colorway is definitely the best. You might have been able to guess from the name, but this shoe features a Fresh Foam X midsole, which is giant. The stack height is insane, and it's incredibly, incredibly soft, even to the touch. The upper seems like some kind of engineered mesh with a really well padded tongue and collar. That stack height is weird and gross. And the Fresh Foam X midsole are always a perennial. Like they feel incredible every year they drop. But I'm really excited to show these things alphabetically. Aside from right next to the Nike, on the neck, like these are definitely we're pretty near the top of the list, right now. Out of the side. This black colorway actually isn't bad. Most of the colorways are a little funky. But this one, nah, this is clean. Then we've got the pair from Nike. This is the Nike Vomero Premium. One of my favorite sneakers to drop this year or last year. And it truly is one of the most insane looking pairs of sneakers that I've ever seen. This pair is by far the most expensive shoe in today's video. It comes in at $230. Nike's most premium shoes made for running sneakers. It features this absurdly thick midsole, which is actually not approved for World Athletics. Too high. Airs immunity on the and then surrounding those air units and just filling up this midsole, making it 3 inches taller. We got the zero which is soft. The upper is very breathable mesh. It's really well packed feel and comfort. Like this shoe feels nuts. I know the shoe is going to be somewhere in this, but I don't know what. Try the shoe on. I mean, this shoe is one of my favorite shoes that Nike's released. It's just crazy soft underfoot, and you've got that bounciness that you don't really have with a lot of other shoes because of those crazy air units. Yeah, it looks insane, but man, look at that squish. For all the Airwan moms out there, we've got the On Airwan collaboration on the Cloud Surfer Max. This is supposed to be the most max cushion sneaker that they make. I've never seen the Airwan collaboration, but it came in all black, so I was like, listen, that's a pair I'm gonna grab. It's actually kind of fire, I'm not gonna lie. Still probably never gonna go to Airwan, but I do have to say that this black on black with like this gray speckled gradient, definitely one of the cleanest pairs of Ons I've ever seen. Surprisingly, this pair of Ons, even though it's an Airwan On, I wonder if that was on purpose, comes in at $180, which actually means that it's one of the more mid-priced sneakers on the list. Now with that being said, I don't remember if the Airwan collaboration specifically is more expensive. Shoot, I'm actually kind of digging the way this sneaker looks. I never thought I'd say that about the On Cloud Surfer Max. There's not a lot of On shoes that I personally love the way that they look, but I will say that this one, kind of hot. But does it feel hot? Let's find out. I've got to be honest with you, I've loved On shoes. I think they're great, but I don't know if this is actually the softest one I've ever worn. I have it more broken in, but this one's definitely not it. I mean, it's not a bad shoe. It's definitely soft-ish, but compared to the other shoes on this list, I mean, it's not very high. Then we've got the pair from Puma. These are the Puma Mag Max. I've never tried the twos, but the Mag Max so hopefully it's crazy. It actually looks pretty solid. Better than I expected. 180 bucks, they feature a pretty large amount of nice foam. The person like weird mesh. It's the same tech spec as basically every other shoe. Most of these shoes here, very cheap foams, but they make them feel good. The way it looks pretty cool, it's aggressive. Actually, it's like the way the media stuff. Not too bad. I really don't mind. Squeaky, not so loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the best way I can describe this is it's soft, it's not like super bouncy. It's kind of into it. Not in a bad way, it's not like a problem, but compared to some of the shoes with like a lot of responses, I think this has very possible that it's really soft. That's kind of the flaw. Allen Iverson, Shaq, and this is the Reebok Float Zig 2. Now this is the second generation of the Float Zig. This is another pair that I grabbed on Amazon. This pair cost me 120 bucks, and it's honestly not a bad looking pair of sneakers. I think the all white look is better than I expected online. Seeing the picture on Amazon, I was like, eh. But seeing it in hand, it actually seems pretty clean. Definitely more of a gym shoe than I think anything else, but at the same time, could be comfy. And I've had pairs of Float Zigs in the past, but I don't know if I've ever had the Float Zig 2s, and the foam does look different on the midsole, so maybe they changed something up a little bit. Previous one though, didn't disappoint, so hopefully this one doesn't either. All right, so we might have another underrated pair here. I mean, the midsole, not anything crazy, a little bit firmer than I think people would like. The upper might be the most comfortable upper on the entire thing. I know it's crazy to say, shoes here that have crazy uppers, but it just fits me like a glove, and it's so nicely padded too. Yeah, man, this one's up there. Known for their trail sneakers and their Gorp core aesthetic, we've got the Solomons. These ones are the Aero Glide 4s. I think these are probably a performance running sneaker. I have not yet seen these in person. To be real with you, they look a lot like the Aero Glide 3s, which, hey, we're not a bad looking pair of sneakers, so I'm not mad at this. These are definitely one of the lighter weight shoes that I've opened today. You've got OptiFoam 2 cushion in the midsole. You've got a pretty well padded knit upper, and then you've got this little like flange in the back. I will say these are definitely not a bad value at 160 bucks. Hopefully they feel as good on foot as they feel in hand, because the lightweight feel of these is awesome. Now that I have these on foot, it's a little bit weird the way they're out, but comfort-wise, actually way more bouncy than I expected. It's nice. I really mess with it. I might have to do this video. I have a whole channel that's I need to decide to drop this pair. This pair looks absolutely insane online. It's called the Paramount Max. It's about chunky. Oh my goodness. This pair looks nuts. Not in a bad way though. I mean, it looks fine, but it's just like a very cushion looking shoe. The Paramount Max, and man, that midsole feels crazy soft. That's actually nuts how soft that feels. None of the other shoes that I felt have felt like this soft. Like I'm literally just putting barely any pressure on it, and it's
Remove any doubts in your head.
possibly based off
It's
the movie
us
The Incredibles.
or
You've got
them.
Predator Run cushioning in the midsole, which is very, very soft. It actually could be incredible. I don't know. We'll find out. The upper is some sort of like engineered mesh. It features these kind of shiny gold accents, and it comes in at 200 bucks. So we're not talking cheap here, but we are talking about what could be a very, very comfortable shoe. I'm actually really, really excited to try these on. Definitely wild looking. Man, talk about ultimate squish. Now, hey, don't get me wrong. This is not the best looking shoe, but man, that midsole, that's nutty. I expected it from New Balance and from Nike, but Saucony, listen, we might have a new champion here. Then we've got our Skechers, who've been kind of killing it recently. This is the SKX Aero Burst. I bought this pair for 155 bucks, just like every other pair in the video. I bought every single one of these pairs. I've actually never seen this pair in person, so let's go. That colorway on the top of the box is fire. I don't think that's the colorway I got. That's the colorway I want. It's not the colorway I got. This colorway is worse. So this is the Skechers Aero Burst. It's got arch fit technology. It's got carbon infused, well, it just says carbon infused. It's got podiatrist certified arch support, which actually, honestly, as I get older, that's not a bad thing. I'm not mad at that. Carbon infused plate technology offers extremely high stiffness to weight ratio, which promotes stability and next level energy return. I've got to be honest, my favorite part of this shoe is the crazy looking midsole, which apparently is made up of hyper burst ice. Who knows? We'll try it out. We'll find out. So I didn't know exactly what to expect from Skechers, but I'm pleasantly surprised. This is definitely higher on the list than I expected. I know Skechers is one of those brands that's specifically designed to make comfortable shoes that everyone can afford and buy, which I think is not a bad thing, and probably why they're one of the biggest brands in the world. These actually don't look terrible. I wish the colorway was a little bit different. I wish there was a better colorway on their website, but unfortunately this is it. Comfort-wise, man, shoot, pretty squishy and pretty soft. And the upper, breathable, padding, shoot. Then we've got the pair from Under Armour. These are the UA Infinite Pros. These aren't terrible looking. Not my favorite, but they're not bad. So the UA Infinite Pros feature Hover Plus cushioning in the midsole, which actually feels pretty soft to the touch. Not as soft as some of the other shoes we've talked about, but could be soft underfoot. You've got some kind of engineered mesh on the upper, and you've got a pretty low profile with a pretty well padded heel area. So I'm actually not too mad at these. At 130 bucks, could be worse. I also kind of like the low-key vibe of these. These make me think of like a coach in the NFL. I don't know if coaches in the NFL wear Under Armour, but if they do, this would be the pair that I think they would wear. If there was one shoe that I thought like wouldn't blow me away, it would be this one. And I mean, it's living up exactly to expectations. I'm not blown away. Not uncomfortable by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely one of those pairs that I'm like, it's aight. Next up, we've got a pair of Vans who is not known for their incredibly comfortable shoes, so the chances of this being higher on the list in my head are pretty low, but you never know. I've never tried this pair out. This is the Ultra Range Neo 2s. I think this pair costs 115 bucks, but I bought it on sale for like 90 bucks, and honestly, it looks pretty cool. The midsole's kind of crazy, right? It's got this weird, like almost mesh body texture. That's kind of nuts, and it feels softer than I would expect. Also, that like stitched in pattern on the upper, kind of clean. I don't know, I'm getting my hopes up. I probably shouldn't. I love Vans. Hopefully I'm not disappointed. I love me some Vans, but listen, Vans does not make the most comfortable shoes in the world. These are not bad. They're definitely better than other pairs of Vans, but like we're talking Converse levels of comfort here. I actually think these are probably more comfortable than the Converse. I think if you like a firmer, more stable cushion, you'll like these, and I actually really like the way these look, but pure comfort-wise, I don't know. Good for Vans, but not super high on this list. Then we've got Zellerfeld. Zellerfeld's kind of interesting because they don't make their own shoes, they make other people's shoes, so there's a ton of brands that are 3D printed by Zellerfeld, and what makes Zellerfeld so special is the fact that they do 3D print their shoes out of this like crazy foam-like material. This is the Apothecary Mules. If you've watched this channel before, you know that this is my shoe, the one that I created with my brand Apothecary, who also made the hat, and of course the socks that we've talked about. But right now I'm not talking about this shoe in particular, I'm talking about all of Zellerfeld's shoes. They're all made of the same recyclable plastic, they're all priced between like $90 to $300, depending on which version of the shoe that you get, and they all feel pretty much the same. I guess it's really dependent on the shape of the shoe, but I do feel like all Zellerfeld shoes feel similar. And in my humble opinion, as someone who's not biased towards my own brand whatsoever, joking, I am very biased towards my own brand, this is the most comfortable pair of Zellerfelds that I've ever worn. These Zellerfelds are crazy soft on foot. I know I'm a little biased, but like, let's be real here. It's not just me. I didn't design the TPU that they're using, but it does feel really, really nice. Like super squishy in the midsole, kind of like a foam, which is nuts. In fact, very much like a foam. I guess we can call this an honorable mention because Zellerfeld doesn't have their own sneaker brand. If they did, they'd be near the top of the list. All right, so after all of that testing, how did your favorite brand do? I'll be honest with you, I was completely surprised that the throne has been snatched from the hands of the reigning Nike and is now with Saucony, with their Paramount Max, a shoe that like I said, I didn't even know about. I was so surprised, in fact, that before filming this last part of the video, I wanted to try these shoes on one more time just to make sure, compared to all the other shoes on the list. And yes, these are the softest shoes on the list. Now, to be fair, all the shoes on the list are pretty comfortable, with maybe the exception being like the bottom few, the Converse and the Vans. It's not that they're not comfortable, but if we're talking about max cushion, they probably don't make the cut. Everything else, though, you can't really go wrong with. So if you guys want to grab any of the shoes in today's video, make sure to check them out through the YouTube shopping tab on your screen. But let me know in the comment section down below which one of these shoes is your favorite. Were you surprised by the results? Hit subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Out, that's what guys think. So like I didn't want to go to the medic. So finally one night, you know, you got to put up like a poncho hooch, like knee high. You got to sleep under it out in the field, right? So I'm under my poncho hooch and I was like, I'm just going to walk over to the medic thing and just ask for some Vaseline or something. Vaseline, gauze, any type of lube, you know what I mean? So I go to the medic station, I knock on the Humvee, he opens the back of the, you know, the old medic Humvee where the stairs came down and the doors, right? So I go up in there and it's me and him in the back of a Humvee, so we're like 2 feet apart. You know what I mean? And I was like, hey, my legs, inner thighs are a little shaved, kind of like bottom of my butt cheeks also. Like, could I get some Vaseline or something? He's like, drop your drawers, show me. What? We're like this fucking far away in the back of a Humvee, the medical Humvee, you know what I mean? I'm like, what? And he's like, drop your drawers, show me. And I'm like, this motherfucker right here. So literally bent over, spread my ass cheeks, made sure I got it as close to his fucking face as possible, you know what I mean? He's like, looks like you're a little chafed. Yo. Captain Obvious, like you're crushing it over here, like keep going, you know? So he's like, looks like you're a little chafed. I'm gonna give you some stuff. Here's what I want you to do. Go back to your hooch. Clean yourself off really good the areas with the wet nap from the MRE. I'm like, okay, I got MRE. He's like, you know, they give us to it. They gotta feed us. I got those. And he's like, gives me this stuff, rub this on, it'll go away. Okay. So I walk out of the Humvee, I look at what he gives me, and it's analgesic balm. So I don't know what the fucking analgesic balm is. You know what I mean? I don't know what that means, but I know this. ANAL is the first words, and that's exactly where I'm smearing this shit. So I figured, yo, this is something for your ass. It's analgesic balm. Why else? My ass hurts. He gives me something that says anal on it. It just seems like if this is Latin or something, it seems like this feels right, you know? So I go in my, you know what fucking analgesic balm is?
I don't, but I
Yeah.
guess we're about to find out.
Yeah, it's not fucking funny. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This doesn't end up funny. So I do the wet naps. I wipe my shit. I clean my shit as best as I'm a good soldier. Clean your shit. He said, clean your shit. I clean my shit, right? And then analgesic balm, like, and I'm raw too, so I might as well fucking use this whole tube. You know, I want to save some for later if it works, but like I need most of it right now because I'm really chafed. So I get a good amount on my fingers and I'm rubbing my shit. You know what I mean? And at first, like, the cream was like cool and cold. You know what I mean? So it went on, it was cooling. It was like, ah. Analgesic balm is fucking Bengay. He had me rub fucking Bengay on raw meat on the inside of my ass, my asshole, my thighs. Bengay on my fucking raw shit. Are you fucking sick? You know what I mean? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? This is what I'm thinking. You know? So I'm in my poncho hooch, screaming in fucking pain without making a noise. Till it was fucking done burning. When it got done burning, it didn't chafe again. Not cool, you know what I mean? And then when I got to my squadron, my troop had run selection. So I went to the selection, I went to the troop that ran my selection. That dude was my medic.
How'd that
My first
go?
medic. And I was like, hey, can I? And then I'm a new guy on a team. Luckily, this like mid-level guy to like next to be leadership guy on my team was in Ranger Battalion and we were really good friends. So I'm like, yo, what's up with this fucking medic dude? You know what I mean? And he was like, his nickname was Ass Wound. Another story, right? And he was like, you mean ass wound so-and-so? I'm like, he wounded my ass. He's like, no, he wounded someone else's ass. And I'm like, oh no, he wounded my ass too, right? And then I had to tell him the story. And every time I'd see the guy, I'd be like, I need whatever. Like, I got no patience for you anymore. You know, analgesic balm. Fool me once, fuck me. You know what I mean? But yeah, he was my first medic.
Let's talk about when you left selection, when you knew that you had made it into OTC.
I was in group 1 month and I was in OTC. 30 days max.
How was OTC for you?
Fucking great. I sucked at a lot of shit. I was probably I think the first time I ran the O course, it was so fucking, I didn't know how to run an O course. Do you go over the rope or under the rope? Do you fucking, I didn't know any of this. And in Ranger Battalion, in Ranger School, you do the Darby Queen, but like, I don't fucking remember that. You know what I mean? It wasn't a time. It's just kind of like, this is fun and they're feeding us, you know? So like I had done O courses, but like I didn't know how to do an O course. So like my time was like, I don't even remember what my time was, like the worst time in history. And my counselor's like, you know, we've never failed anybody out of the unit for the O course, but you could definitely be the first person for this, for sure. I'm like, thank you. In my counseling, yes, sir, thank you. Can I have another? You know what I mean? And then through the course, if I was weak at something, I was there early in the morning. On the weekends, I got with guys that throughout the bill, I got with my cadre, I got with them to ask their buddies who were like CT Olympians, guys that like have orangutan arms that just fucking make the O course look like easy. I did that on weekdays after work with these guys, show me these techniques. And then like the end of it, I came in like second or third on a rainy day where guys were busting their ass. Why? My technique was fucking tight. It could have rained, it could have anything. I'd have ran the same thing because now I knew how to do it right. So I put in the extra miles. I came in early. I did the work because I think as soon as I got to the building, I knew I didn't want to be anywhere else.
Can we talk about the shooting package a little bit?
What about it? What do you want to know?
Everything.
It starts out kind of easy. Basic rifle marksmanship, whatever the Army calls that shit. You start shooting your rifles, you zero. They teach you how to zero, shoot some bullseye, do your 100, 200, 300. And then before you even go shoot around with a pistol, you'll do a lot of hours of fucking dry fire on a sticky before you even get one bullet with that pistol. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of days of dry fire before you even get your first round. And then as the pistol starts, you're kind of far along as the pistol starts, right? And then there's a progression to it. And really it's like, it's a bunch of different topics that they got to put together. So, one of the topics is like helicopters, riding in helicopters, rappelling, fast roping, like all that shit. Like, that could be a module within itself. So you do like a little marksmanship, another module, back to marksmanship. You know what I mean?
They break it up throughout the day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or throughout the whole total time. But the marksmanship standards are no fucking joke.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
They're not fucking playing. I sucked. I fucking sucked with a pistol when I first started. And then, I don't know, I was probably winning the shooting program for probably most of my OTC class. And then I had like one fucking day where I dropped like 10 points, like one bad string, and put me in third, and I couldn't recover. It's so competitive. There was no way to get back to the top.
What did you find to be the most challenging portion of OTC?
Of OTC? I would say the most challenging thing in general is not going out when you're other places training, is not going and fucking partying.
Really?
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. You're going to show up tomorrow hungover. Like, when I got to OTC, and I am the party guy, right? Like, I'm the good time guy. I'm the fun panda. I will go buy beer. I'll bring my own alcohol, I didn't go out. I didn't do any of that in OTC. And a lot of guys thought I was a plant. Like, they wouldn't talk in front of me. They wouldn't anything. And then, like, guys that knew me are like, what's the deal? And it's like, this is the only place I want to be. I don't need any of that shit. So I would say the thing that fucking trips guys up more than anything is like, let's say, for example, you're out in Nashville, you know what I mean? And you could go to bed at 8 o'clock and come in tomorrow and be really good at what we got to do. Or we ended up till 3 a.m. out partying, you know what I mean? And like, at that level, it shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when, you're in Ranger Battalion with 100 guys and you're at the top of the pack, I could show up hungover and still be in the top of the pack. When it's that competitive, you show up hungover, like, take a last place today, you'll never recover from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the most challenging thing is young men being men.
How about performance-wise in training? What did you find the most challenging portion of the course?
I don't even know, man. I didn't think it was really challenging in the sense that it's very professionally ran. So, like, they tell you what you need to do, and if you need help, some guy will fucking show you, Not like other places in the Army or for even Green Team at the SEALs. There's no selection, right? And then what happens is you get to a spot, and we're going to train you, but we're also hazing you to weed you out at the same time. Right? That doesn't lead to a good product. The Rangers do that, SEALs do that. I mean, it ends up being a lot of times that's how things work, right? Is we're training here, but you're also going to get weeded out by this training also, right? So when you get to the unit, it's if you're going to be the world's best is going to show you how to be the world's best.
So
this is a different thing,
So OTC, by the time you get to OTC, they want you. They don't want to get rid of you.
No. They want everybody. It'll never be full. You know what I mean? I don't care how big DOD is. It's not a big enough pool to keep the ranks full. So they want every person. You already walked the walk. There's no hazing. It's first name. Like, you need help. Hey, Bob, like, fucking show me that pistol thing again.
No shit. So it's would you consider it a gentleman's course?
Yeah, in the sense that no one's gonna fuck with you. Now, if you're getting fucked with, you're fucking something up. You know what I mean?
How did it feel when you graduated OTC?
Yeah, I was one of the first guys drafted, and that felt good.
What does that mean, drafted?
It's a draft. The squadrons need bodies. One squadron might need more. There's a rotation, you know, this squadron gets people. This, you got your squadrons taking people, but what if they need more? There's a rotation. They might have the priority, but these guys get more guys. So it ends up being a draft like the NFL. And then the earlier you're drafted, the more you're wanted.
Are you there at the time of the draft?
Oh yeah, they'll fucking call your name. You
No
better walk
shit.
the
So
fuck up
everybody's there.
there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and you'll know who number one is per squadron. First guy they asked for.
What number were you?
I don't know, 2.
Number 2.
I'm not a number 1 guy.
Right on.
I'm gonna win from the bottom.
Did you know where you wanted to go? What squadron?
Yeah, I know I didn't want to go to fucking B squadron. That's for damn sure.
Why not?
Fuck those guys.
Well, what is the culture in each squadron?
I would say A squadron, where I was, is the older, mature brother. Like, let's not do anything stupid. Let's kind of 2 bulls on a hill, an old bull and a young bull. The young bull says, hey, Bob, let's run down and fuck a cow. And the old bull says, no, son, we're going to walk down and fuck them all. I feel like we were